Very nice, though. All right, so you weren't here for the game last year against Maryland, but I'm sure you fully understand what happened. What kind of motivation is this team under this week?
Well, it's each and every week I often tell our players, when people say, "Oh, you get even," the only people you really need to get even with are those that helped you along the way. So it's about a football game. We're going to go down and play a good football team in Maryland. What we're expecting is them to give us the effort, give us the enthusiasm, give each and every week trying to prepare each week better than we prepared the week before. It's kind of neat because, most of our players are back, most of their players are back. So this should be a good game, great atmosphere.
As far as their quarterback, he just seems like a dual threat guy. What have you told
Yeah, I know a little bit
Lauren?
about CJ. I got to watch CJ play basketball in high school. I know how athletic he is, and I've had an opportunity to meet his parents, and I know them. And, CJ really is a very talented and gifted athlete, and he's a guy who's in total control of that football team. If you watch him, he's really unflappable type of guy. He does a lot of different things, throws it, runs runs reads, does a really good job on the perimeter.
How important was that performance against Towson to make sure that these guys are ready to go and confidence-wise?
Well, one of the things that happens, last Saturday night, just what we were looking for was the effort, the enthusiasm on the sidelines, come out and play hard every play. That's what we're trying to get out of them, is to understand that that's the only way. We've got to keep preparing. We've got to keep, thinking about the next play, playing the next play in our minds, everybody into the game, and that's the way you'll get to be a better football team if we keep working on that each and every week.
When you look at last year's Maryland game on film, what jumped out at you defensively for West Virginia? Was it just missed opportunities, missed assignments? What did you
usually I think that's a really good question, because usually when things like that happens, it's a combination of all those things. Missed tackles, missed opportunities. They had them a couple times. Early in the football game, had a chance to pick one off, which might have changed the tempo. He might have run that the whole way. Barb might have run that the whole way back in. So you just don't know. They had a chance to get some things going. And, missed opportunities on special teams. When you start to cough the ball and turn the ball over and do those things, that's what usually leads to those kind of defeats.
You've been around long enough to maybe kind of give
keep saying that all the time. Long enough.
Overview.
It's making me feel bad.
What I was going to ask you is, have you seen a game snowball as bad as that one did?
I've been involved in that. I've been around a long time. Yeah. I've been involved in those too. So you have those days. If you're in this game a long time and you've been through a lot of those games, it's going to happen to you. Somewhere along the way, they're just what's that song Mama said? There'd be days like this. Well, it was one of those days.
Coach, you've seen two pretty mobile quarterbacks now in Sims and Frazier. Is that a good thing going up against CJ, or he's pretty mobile? Is that right?
Yeah, CJ's very mobile. I think one of the things about CJ that he's really, I think he's such a good decision maker in what he does and how he does it. And there's a lot of offense. That's one thing about Maryland's offense. It's very diversified. They run they throw a lot of different things at you. When you break them down, you see a lot of one-time plays, one-time deals that they like to do. So we have to be prepared for a lot of everything, and that's one of the hard things about preparing for them, getting ready for them, is the multiple things that they do in order to show our guys what's necessary to, you don't want to chase ghosts, but you got to show your guys enough stuff so that they're ready to play.
Can you place a value on how many guys, depth-wise, you were able to play last week, and how important that'll be coming up?
I've always thought that's a great thing. We have an opportunity to get some players into the game that maybe might not get a chance to play, give them some reps. That's always a good thing. One of the other things I think that come out of the game were, we not only had the chance to play a lot of players, but we didn't have a lot of injuries.
How do you feel like the starters graded out from the Towson game?
I thought we did okay. I don't, it depends on your mood at the time that you grade, if you're in a good mood or bad mood. We did okay. They did what we asked them to do. We won the game. They played hard. Did we have mistakes? Absolutely. We have mistakes, and we're trying to correct those mistakes and keep moving forward.
And as a veteran coach, and you've mentioned you've been in these games that snowballed at times, how do you get kids, especially for a rivalry game, to remember last year and the motivation bring the motivation
Well,
about
I
that
think
coming
the
to get revenge?
players, you know, they remember. You know, they remember what happened to them last year. And as I said before, you know, I don't talk about getting even. I tell my players just. Only time you want to get even is with those people that helped you along the way. It's about a football game. It's a chance, opportunity to go play, go have some fun. You only get so many of them. That's the thing. You forget you only get so many weeks to play this game. And football is an interesting game because it's not a sport. It's not like golf or tennis. Or you can't play it as you get older. You know, there's just so many chances. So you know, you want them to go out and have fun and enjoy the opportunity to compete. And when you play someone like Maryland, you know, you want them to be at their best too because you want to find out how good you are. So I look for it to be a really exciting challenge for this football team.
Coach, one of the players that's really been kind of a surprise on the defensive line is Noble Wachukwu.
Yeah, I want to hear how you say that name.
Wachukwu.
Wachukwu, okay. He's just known as Noble around here. No one ever says his last name. He's the only guy that has no last name. Just
Well,
Noble.
I want you to know I practiced that 5 times before I asked the question.
You're better than me.
Still got it wrong.
Because I just say Noble.
But can you give us a little update on his development and what you think?
Each game he's getting better. He's progressing, I think, the way we want him to. I thought he did a nice job last week's game. I didn't get on him much about the personal foul. I thought that was close. He didn't try to, it wasn't a high hit or anything. He was just hustling to the football. I looked at more as a hustle play. So, and he's getting better each and every week. Each week he's learning too. You know, it's all new for him, and he's playing a lot of plays of football, and he's got to understand how he has to prepare each week. And he has been through this before, and he was the type of guy that didn't have that many opportunities and shots. But now that he's, you know, playing with the first team, it's very important. He takes advantage of every opportunity we have at practice, takes care of his body as we go throughout the week because it can be a long season and you've got to, you know, take care of yourself. I think that's the one thing he's learning as he progresses through his career.